So let's take a look at assignment 1. I think before I jump into the assignments, I want to kind of give you a bigger picture of what these 3 assignments in this course are about. The 3 assignments are actually all the same assignment. So essentially, assignment 1 is just creating a skeleton for this kind of design report that we're going to do. Assignment 2 is where we put the meat in, put a lot of thought into the designing of this control circuit for a motor, and that would be assignment 2. So that's coming up in a couple weeks. Now, assignment 3, which we do after the break, is much more detailed, or no, we just add more details and then we clean it up a lot. So assignment 2 has some room for not everything to be perfect. But assignment 3, it's really got to be perfect. So I'm going to give you some feedback when you submit your assignment 2. Yeah, I'm going to say, hey, change this and your math is a little off, or maybe you should discuss this first as opposed to doing this, or you're missing some information or some feedback. Assignment 2 doesn't have as much weight as assignment 3, but assignment 3 is 12% of your entire grade. So assignment 3 is, again, taking assignment 2, adding a little bit more to it, but mostly just doing a real cleanup and fixing all of those kinds of things that I suggested about assignment 2, how you can make assignment 2 a little bit better. So let's go back to assignment 1. Assignment 1 is called report structure. And really, it's just making a skeleton of the assignment. And then from there, you're going to fill in the gaps as you go and build assignment 2 and assignment 3. So let's jump in here and take a look at what assignment 1 looks like. So here we go. Assignment 1, report structure. I'm going to jump in here. Now, the assignment is here and also the submission link is here. So I'm just going to click on here. So here we go. This is where you submit it and you read it. So what we want to do is we want to view the assessment. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to view the assessment. The due date was there. I hope you saw that. Now let's actually take a look at the description here. And we'll go through this and read this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download it so I have a nice big view of it. So this is a nice title page. I did a title page for you. You guys have to learn how to do title pages. There is a video on how to do title pages along with this video as well, and a bunch of other videos that will help you build this assignment. So this video is just about like, hey, really, this is what the assignment's like, kind of the bigger picture, what it's all about. Again, it's just report structure. It's just like how we put a skeleton together. Assignment purpose. So read this. It's just a discussion of what this is all about. And this is to really help you organize your information. So what I want you to do is fill this assignment in. There's not a lot of information you're going to put in here. There's not a lot of work for this assignment as far as like, there are 3 calculations and there's pretty much nothing else. You have to find a picture of a motor and insert it in here. You have to write an introduction and a conclusion. I really don't care what's in your introduction or what's in your conclusion. You should say this assignment is about the control circuit for a motor. It's a DC motor and the control circuit is going to use a selector switch. This assignment or this report, you should actually call it a report. This report details all of the design for that. And then you can add some poetry. Yeah, I don't really care. Really, for this stage 1, all I need is some kind of paragraph, because this is all about how you format things, how you put this all together. So create. You have to create a table of contents. There's a video on how to do table of contents right with this video as well. So you have to do the table of contents. You have to insert a title page using MS Word, and you have to insert a table of contents using MS Word. I don't want you just to type in table of contents and type the information. I need you to learn how to use MS Word to create a cover page and to create a table of contents. That will help you tremendously moving forward in the future, because you can just take this blank assignment. It already has introduction, it already has titles, it already has subtitles, it already has figure numbers. It's got everything. You can just go and change it all, just retype on top of it. Interestingly enough, when you do a table of contents, when you insert a table of contents, and you go down into the body of the report and you change the headings and the subheadings, they automatically get changed. Well, you have to go in and click change or update. But they automatically update in the table of contents. Yeah, you don't have to retype it. It's so amazing. I mean, this is a real powerful thing for you in the future when you do all of your engineering reports. So with that said and done, this is an engineering report is this and that. Read this. Dude, read this stuff. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make a cover page, a table of contents, the body of the report, which is just the body of the report is conclusion. Let's just take a look at what the body of the report is. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. Most of this work is just making it all look real pretty and professional. And you're just kind of putting barely anything in it. Really easy, okay? References and citations, Appendix A and Appendix B. So I want your rough work in the appendix, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Cover page, okay? You have to put the proper information on the cover page, and you have to insert a cover page using MS Word and watch the video on how to do that. Or you can go watch a video online on how to insert a cover page in MS Word. There are a bunch of templates you can get as well online. It's pretty cool. So you have to, this is really, I'm teaching you how to make a professional document, a professional engineering report. Okay, so this is just, it's almost an empty report with barely any engineering in it. Okay, consider how you convey this. Yeah, dude, this is, you're telling a story. It has to be professional. It's got to have bling. It's got to look good. It's got to look organized. Everything has to be lined up and neat. It really helps tremendously. Think about your reader when you're writing this. Cool. Yeah, think about all of these things that you're thinking about, right? All of these things affect how your reader feels when they read your document. That's really what this is all about. This is stuff you must include in the title page. You have to put your student number, put your professor's name, me, and write down professor's name or submitted to. Don't just put my name on the title because then it looks like I wrote it. Put submitted to or professor's name or professor and then me. Because if you just put my name, it looks like I wrote it, right? And then you can say written by your name, your student number, and obviously put the date on. Put the course in the course code as well. That's good. Table of contents. So you're going to input a table of contents, and you're going to have all of these things. I mean, these are pretty much your main headings. So make a table of contents with these main headings, and that's it. Don't call it part 1, part 2, but I mean, I'm just saying these are all of the different parts. So essentially, this whole report has 4 main parts to it. And then in the end, it's got like the references and citations and also your appendices. But that's not like the body. The body of the report has got 4 things. It's got a title page, table of contents. In this case, you've got some formulations and conclusions and recommendations. No big deal. Okay. Yeah, if you need Microsoft Office, you can get it free from Humber. I don't actually know how to do it. Just Google free Microsoft Office, Humber College for students. You'll figure it out. It won't be a big deal. So this video here will help you insert a table of contents. The video is also with this video link as well. You know, you can see that. What to put in your report? Introduction. Like just talk about what I said before. Make some stuff up. Throw some poetry in. I don't really care. I might get a laugh at some of your poetry. But in the main, when we get into assignment 2, yeah, you can't put that in. I'm just looking for you to like put a paragraph in, right? So you can format it, so you can align it properly, so you can do the justification. You get indents and stuff like make it look professional. I need you to write something, and then there's a schematic. So you have to draw this schematic. I've had students just do a screenshot and put this in, and then essentially that's plagiarism. So dude, do not just take a screenshot of this or take this screenshot from like the PowerPoint presentation or whatever and put it in here, because guess what? That's my work. You can't put my work in your documentation. Well, you can if you have permission and you give me reference, but guess what? You don't have permission. You have to draw your own circuit, okay? Yeah, so you have to draw your own circuit, and then you have to put take the cube root of your student number and just put it there. I just had to come up with some number. Okay, good, because I want everyone to kind of get different values. Control formulations. You need to calculate 3 things. It's not a big deal. You know these formulas already, or you will know the formulas next week. We're going to study power next week. So you can just throw the one formula in. You can actually calculate the current drawn by the motor, and that'll be Ohm's law. But you don't know how to do that. Calculate the current drawn by the motor, right? You don't know how to do that yet. We haven't studied it. We're studying Ohm's law next week. Okay, so you can calculate that. You already know this. You can calculate this, but you need to know the current first. So, okay, you're going to have to do these you just add the calculations in next week. This is due at the Sunday of next week. So all you have to do is after the lecture next week is just do these calculations. But for now, you can put in the title. You can put in calculation 1, power of the motor, right? For position 4 only. And then you can put power at pole 4. Yeah, power, calculation 1, power, calculation 2, this, calculation 3. You can just put these subheadings in and then just fill it in later. It just take a few minutes to do the math. It's not complicated math. Anyway, this is maybe some work. You have to draw this. Now, I need you to draw this professionally. Draw this on a computer, or if you're going to draw it by hand, make sure you take a really nice clean screenshot and crop it using a drawing program. I use Paint for everything. I mean, for cropping stuff, it's easy. So whatever, you don't just, draw it on a piece of paper and then just, take a random picture of it. Click, you get half your desk in the picture. Like, take a nice picture and then crop it out if you draw it by hand, and then put it in here. Put a figure number as well, right? Put figures in here. Okay, good. So you have to follow all of this, and I'll show you where this stuff is as well. Actually, this PowerPoint is with the assignment, and the video for this, going through how to do this, is with the assignment as well. So there's a lot of kind of study you have to do on how to make a professional assignment, how to professionally do the math. But there's not actually a lot of math to do. Okay, good. Conclusions and recommendations. Again, there's not a lot of conclusions. You can write down, the motor is this much power, and just make something up. It doesn't really matter. Now, you also have to put a picture of a motor in here. I think you should probably put the picture of the motor in with your introduction, okay? Add an image of a DC motor. Give references to wherever you got that image to. And just stick it in here somewhere. Stick it anywhere. It's pretty cool when you stick an image in here. There's a video in here as well on how to put pictures into MS Word documents. Just watch that, and that'll help you tremendously. And put a figure number there as well. Like this is a figure number in here. Good. Do some recommendations. I don't know. I get some students use red and orange. Like, don't. Like, unless it's like an emergency, or it's caution, or it's like something you really need to flag. Like, look at this. This is really important. Don't use colors like red and orange, right? Yeah, there you go. Just don't do that. References, citations, okay? So you have to give reference to, so the only thing you're going to add in here is an image from somewhere on the internet or whatever. You can just put the link actually in the image, or you can put it underneath references, citations. So you can put, figure 1 DC motor, and then just put the link there. And that it's that simple, right? It's really that simple. Yeah, or if you have any quotes in there that you want to put in, use references. We'll go into references when we go into assignment 2 on how to use IEEE, proper IEEE references. But now just put a link and you're good. Okay, appendix. So this is the appendix. The fuller Blackboard assignment is a PDF for 2 data sheets. So what I want you to do, there are 2 data sheets in this folder. I need you to put them in here. And there's also a video on how to insert a PDF into a Word document. How about that? That's got to go underneath appendix data sheets. Okay. Now, appendix rough notes. I want to see your rough notes. When you do your math, I want to see the actual your handwork, doing the math. And ultimately, this is so that you can prove that you were the one who did it. So you own the intellectual property. That's often one of the reasons why we put rough notes into something. And that's the last appendix. So appendix 2 is rough notes. Okay, here we go. This is a marking rubric. Always look at marking rubrics whenever you do anything, so you know what the marks are for. All of these things. So just look into all of these things. And essentially, if you just do everything, I'll look at it and be like, yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like you did everything I asked you to do. 20. That's it. But if there are little things you don't do, then you'll lose marks. So there you go. So that's what's going on. Again, it's not a lot of work. It's not a lot of mental work. It's just putting this stuff together, figuring how to do this properly. It's all about, a report structure, on how to make a report structure. The math is not complicated. Actually, probably the most difficult thing that you'll do is drawing this program. Is drawing this circuit. It's got to be pretty. That's it. Okay, bye.